Thank you so much. Tunashukuru.
Madam, it was Assistant Chief, eh? How many chiefs wako hapa na assistant chiefs waliandikwa kazi a year ago or 2 years ago na bado hawajapata salaries? Na bado hawajalipwa any salary. Simama tu because mwenye ako na shida ndio anasimama haraka. It's about a year or so. 2 years. What is the reason? Makaratasi, verification. Anyway, so thank you very much. We have agreed that I am working with Public Service Commission. By September, mkuwe mmepata salary zenu. That's unfair kukaa for all those years. Yeah, and that is across the country. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Waziri. Sasa nataka kumwalika Simon Maingi kutoka Mwiki Sublocation, Githurai Sub-County. The Assistant Chief.
Our CS and all protocols observed. Good morning. I'm Simon Maingi, Senior Assistant Chief 1, Mwiki Githurai. Sir, we are very grateful for this. Tunashukuru sana kwa sababu fursa kama hii haipatikani. Nataka kuhusia mambo tu mawili ambao imekwama kwa assistant chiefs. One, job stagnation. Unapata ya kwamba mtu aliajiriwa na amekaa miaka mingi na hajafuka hiyo ingine. Na maybe sababu ya kutoendelea maybe ni ile certificate ya IPTC kule tunaenda kule Bakasi. Kwa sababu sio makosa ya chief kutokuwa na hiyo certificate. Tunaomba our CS, please, kama utawaive hiyo kwa sababu sio makosa ya chief ama assistant chief. Chief, tuko pamoja hapo? So, unapata hiyo induction course, wale ambao walienda, tulienda kitambo alafu ikafika mahali, ikakoma. So, we request our CS, during the mass promotion, please consider that. Hiyo ingine, also maybe kuna chief amekaa ama assistant chief amekaa for more than 10 years. Na kwa sababu amekuwa mahali pale, tunaomba waive hiyo. Tuwe na hiyo waive kwa sababu sio kupenda kwa chief ama assistant chiefs. The other thing, our CS you have confirmed and we are very grateful for that. Ukiangalia hapa our chiefs and assistant chiefs they are very smart. Wako very smart. Na hiyo tunashukuru kwa sababu wakati tulipoa uniform tunaona hata sisi tunakuwa smart. So, na umegusia ukasema ya kwamba kwenda Bakasi it has been a tedious. It's a long process. Unaandikiwa barua na ni lazima mshikane machief kadhaa, assistant chief kadhaa mwenda pale, lakini I thank God because today you have promised us. Imekuja katika county level. About tutakuja hapa maybe tupimwe measurements. CS amesema kuna zingine tunafaa inakaa ni kama hiyo amesema. Lakini tupimwe ili sasa ikiwa hapa haitakuwa na mambo mengi. Chief, tuko pamoja hapo. So is our prayer ama ni ombi letu kwa CS ya kwamba hizo vitu sifanyike na chief akija hapa maybe we are going to maybe the CC is going to organize ya kwamba tupimwe, tukija hapa unakuja unachukua uniform yako. With those few remarks, because others are going to air their grievances ama hizo chiefs, I beg nifikisha hapo. Thank you, our CS.
Thank you so much, Assistant Chief Mwiki. Sir, with your permission, now I want to request the Chief for Murera and Akahendo to come and have 2 minutes.
Our CS and all protocols observed. My name is Eda Wangare Kahendo. I'm Chief 1 from Murera location and from Murera Sub-County in Kiambu County. Our CS, I'm one of the proud chiefs who have who have elevated from a very junior assistant chief, and now I'm a chief heading to a senior chief. And that is why we are so proud about the government. So I'm here to present my fellow colleagues, GAO, and I want to talk about empowerment. Sisi kama GAO, tunapitia a lot of challenges, and we are happy that our CS ametupatia hii nafasi, amekuja leo atusikize. Sisi tuko na furaha. So our CS, nikianza na mambo ya mobility. Vile tuko hapa, sijui ni machifu wagapi wako na pikipiki. Tungeomba kwa vile kazi yetu, mostly chiefs are field officers, majority of us hawana pikipiki. So ningeomba kwa niaba ya GAO officers in Kiambu County, at least each and every location ipate pikipiki so that we can be able to improve kwa kazi yetu. And then on that note, machifu wengi, our CS hawana maofisi. Majority they even work from nursery schools. There are even chiefs who work in churches. Wengine wanafanyia kazi nyumbani. Ni ukweli machifu. So mimi nimekuja kuomba tu serikali itie bidii, at least since we are the face of the government at the grassroots level, chief naye awe na heshima, wananchi waache kutupata kwa manyumba zetu, kila chief na assistant chief apate ofisi. Tuko sawa? Alafu machief tungeomba tu serikali iweze kuequip our offices. Majority of us, our offices hazina desktops, and currently technology is very much advanced, and majority of us, we are well advanced in technology, lakini we don't have equipment. And then the issue of chiefs. Kuna machifu walikuwa wamenituma ambao waliajiliwa their terms of employment, they are employed on contract. Na our CS, machief wenye wako under that category, they feel like they are not one of us, because when you are under contract, at every 3 years, your contract is terminated. Wengi wanakaa more than 6 months before the renew of the contract, and they suffer a lot. So walikuwa anasema kama serikali inaweza waangalia, at least wapate permanent and pensionable. For example, kazi ya chief inakuwaga a bit challengeable in terms of salary, sorry to say so. Salaries maybe zinakuwaga chini, and mostly we survive on loans. So unaona like when a chief akienda bank, wakiangalia payslip waone ako under contract, inakuwa very difficult for the chief kupata loan. But when mtu ako permanent and pensionable, hiyo inakuwaga like a security to the chief. And
how many chiefs wako kwa hiyo category?
Machifu wenye wako under contract, wenye wako hapa wasimame.
Wenye wali employiwa, that is people employed after 45, right? Wapi? Wangapi? Ni moja.
Na wengine hawako.
Yeah, this is the first time nasikia hiyo
they are really suffering.
In the rest of the 28 counties, nobody raised that issue. So I just wanted to know. Sawa. I will be briefed here. I will know what to do.
Sir, I have my last point about GAPU. Wala watu wako hapa wanakumbuka mambo ya APs. Chief wa kitabu alikuwa na nguvu sana. Sahi chief hana security. Ni ukweli chiefs? Chief hana security. Because the chief is supposed to be empowered pale mashinani. ukifanya kazi unasikia you have your own security. Even wakati unaenda kupatia wananchi mambo ya government policies, inakuwa ngumu. Like I remember wakati wa COVID, kuambia wananchi wakae nyumbani ilikuwa ngumu. So tungeomba serikali hiyo mambo ya gapu iharakishwe, so that hata tukifanya mambo ya pombe, mambo ya 100% transition, chief arudishiwe ile nguvu yake ilikuwa ya zamani. Kwa hivyo Bwana Waziri, tungeomba uangalie hapo, hata ita enhance the administrative duties, hata the confidence ya wananchi. So kwa hayo mengi na machache, thank you so much.
Asante sana Eda Kahendo kutumalizia katika kitengo ya machiefs na manaibu wao. Nataka kumwalika George Mwaura, Chief Ruiru Location. Mwaura, usichukue muda kubwa sana kama ya Kahendo.
Thank you, sir. Sitachukua muda sana, but itabidi tuseme tu. I'm George Mwaura, and riding on the established protocols. I'm the chairman of the chiefs, sir, in Kiambu County, chairman of Kiambu Chiefs Welfare. Na nashukuru sana kwa sababu tulikuwa naye last week on Friday at APTC, na nataka confirm vile umesema saa ni kweli. 1000 of our colleagues are currently undergoing training. Hapo umesema saa chiefs wa Kiambu tufinywe kidogo, umeona chairman hata miguu hana. So lakini DIG ukiambiwa tukimbia, sisi ni kusalimu amri, tunakimbia tu. Tukianguka tunajua hospitali iko karibu sana. So thank you, sir. Tuliona mambo mengi, some of which my colleagues are saying, mambo ya gapu, officers coming back to us, we appreciate. Na vile vile nataka kuchukua nafasi kwa niaba ya all the chiefs and assistant chiefs, sir, kukuambia asante sana. Tumekuwa tukisema hiyo mambo umesema hapa. At times we are the officers on the ground, tunakuja kuambiwa, hatuulizwi ni nini inawasumbua, ni nini hii na mvanji kiatu ndio anajua mahali inauma. Now this is the opportunity and we are going to tell you. Na naomba saa kwa ruhusa wako nichukue tu nusu dakika ni introduce the county, our county leadership. Wasimame tu tafadhali. Thank you, sir. The county leadership, tusimame tu because sio wote tulikuwa tumekuja au ndio hapa. And salute. Sit down. That is the county leadership. We have cascading from the national level. Kiambu County tuko na wao. I am the chair. Mwenye amesoma hapa mitangulia Madam Enda is the county secretary. Na tunataka kushukuru sana kwa sababu hata Friday ulikubali kushughulikia mambo yetu. Na nishukuru pia our PS in his absence, Dr. Raymond Omo, kwa sababu pia he is our patron at the national level. In our region, it's our LC, who was formerly our county commissioner here in Kiambu, Mr. Joshua Kanatha. And today, our patron here is our current CC, Mr. Heren Wafula. Na tunafanya kazi pamoja saa. As the leadership, pia nichukue fursa hii nishukuru serikali kwa yale mambo mmetufanyia kama machiefs. We appreciate. Bado tuko na safari, but we appreciate for what we have. And still, sir, before tuseme mengi, count on our support. We have delivered, and we must continue delivering and supporting you and His Excellency the President in service delivery to the citizens of this nation. My old man always tell me something, Nikiteta. Wewe Mwaura ndio uliomba hiyo kazi. Na ulijua munalaranga nje. Wewe kama ulikuwa unafikiria kazi ya chief ni ya tai, sio ya tai. So fanya, uliomba ukapata, fanya. So chief, uliomba ukapata, mambo ati ni usiku au ni mchana, wacha. Wewe si ni wewe uliomba. Kuna wengi wangefanya vizuri kukushinda, Mungu kwa njia zake akaona unastahili na akakupea. So fanya. Count on us, sir. We have delivered as Kiambu and will continue delivering. Hilo lingine, sir, mambo umesema tuseme, kama tutasema hapa tukikuja kukutafuta. Mambo ya pombe Kiambu ni changamoto. one of the main issues Kiambu, pombe na haiishi. There is a gap. Licensing imetusumbua sana. Sa sijui iliendaje with the draft of the new constitution, ikasemekana licensing iwe devolved. Unfortunately, enforcement haikuwa devolved. So county ana license, but chief na NPS ndio ana enforce. Unaenda kushika ba wananchi wamelalamika, ako na license 1,100. Utafanya nini? Mkikaa mikutano, mnaambiwa mambo mazuri, unajua license, kuna zile sheria zinazingatiwa, kuna nini, I can tell you for free, more often than not, hazizingatiwi. Unapata even in the middle of the village, by restaurant, kwa residential area. Umeenda residential area, the next, ni shule, hii ni bar. There is a counter registration inasemanga, ati mwenye bar aweke wall kubwa, ule naulizanga, akiweka wall kubwa juu next to an institution, harufu ya mkojo wa mlevi haitafikia watoto. Because that is what the problem is. Enda for example kwangu Ruiru, graduate school. Next to that school, kuna 6 bars. Nani anachapwa? Ni chief na polisi hawafanyi. Nobody remembers license imepeanwa. Tuangalilio hapo. Na kwa sababu nimesikia saa ukisema vizuri, we are here to, we may suggest, no, we may raise the challenges and offer solutions. Part of the, for us as Ngao, tungeomba either licensing and enforcement iende kwa county ndio tunyoshe kidole pale, au licensing and enforcement irudi kwa DC vile ilikuwa zamani. Ndio hii mchezo ya pasi tutoe hiyo. The other one sir, na nashukuru hata nilikuwa nimesahau kushukuru Madam Beverly kwa sababu ametusaidia sana at headquarters. Mambo ya chiefs and welfare na hayo mambo yote. Huanga anatufanyia mambo mazuri sana, because the next issue was to do with administrative units. Ametushughulikia na anajua kuna mambo amefanya. We've been raising those issues. I know with her guidance zitapatikana. Ile tu tungeomba ni fast tracking of those units. Kama there are some which were gazetted na hawajapata to operationalize, let them be operationalized. Example ni Kahawa Sukari hakuna DO. Gekumari hakuna DO. The assistant chiefs and chiefs within Ruiru sub-county hazijapatikana. Tumefanya hizo mambo in our report and we are handling. Madam Secretary, kama ungepea CS that report, ndio wataangalia. And all those other things, amesema stagnation, sijui wengine hawajapata hata person number. A very sad story, sir. One of our assistant chief from Thika East, hata alienda course, jina yake ikakosekana. Paka headquarter jina haionekani. He's a serving assistant chief, close to 2 years, amerudishwa, hayuko kwa course. Sasa kama hata jina ipatikani, sitaki kusema hata mshahara hajaiona. But that's how it is. Yeah. There is another issue, sir. Kiambu was put as metropolitan, under Nairobi metropolitan, na tunashukuru sana. But what happens, sir, is that in matters of job, kazi tunafanya sawa sawa na watu wa Nairobi. Kwa sababu na Kiambu is the bedroom of Nairobi. Na vituko mingi zikifanyika Kiambu, vituko mingi sasa zikifanyika Kiambu ina affect Nairobi. Na tungeomba saa, kwa sababu kazi tunafanya, a good example ni wakati wa COVID. Chiefs walikuwa wanalala kwa roadblocks with their Nairobi counterparts. Tukijaribu kuangalia vile mambo itakuwa. Unfortunately, sir, Nairobi Metropolitan tumewekwa under the Metropolitan in terms of job, but salary remuneration we are rural county. House allowance ya chief wa Nairobi inaweza ajiri machiefs 3 wa Kiambu. So wacha remuneration iingie kwa iwe Metropolitan kwa kazi na kwa mshahara saa. Tunaomba. The last one, sir. Nikumalizia na malizia afande. Ndio unajua ni chama ndio nichukue dogo tu ndio ya mwisho. Ndio ya mwisho. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. The last one ni mambo ya our allowances. We thank the government for the AIE. Na tunashukuru sana because for the first time ilifikiriwa na huanga tunapata on quarterly basis. But iko chini sana. Tunaomba in view of the economic constraints iangaliliwe. Na kwa sababu umesema tunaomba be part of the answers, not just the question. If so you start from the current you are getting, because I know, sitaki kusema hapa wengine watalia, assistant chief apate at least 90k per quarter. Chief apate 120. DOs au wengine najua wanakuja watatetea mambo yao. Mimi yangu ni chief sana. For a start tutakuwa tuko sawa. Au hatutakuwa sawa hapo chiefs? Sisikii sauti. Thank you. Ya kumalizia ni kwamba other than those gazetted whereby operationalization haijafanyika saa, kuna those who have left service. And there are those sublocations and locations which have been vacant positions for even a year or two. Tungeomba through your office, iwe fast tracked for recruitment of new officers, so that services to wananchi are much more efficient. And as I conclude, sir, count on our support as I started. And when you say jump, ours is to ask how high, not why. Kuna a Madam Chief who represents people with disability. Na ulikuwa umemwomba, utamuona hapa, Madam Patricia, she's with us. And I know utapata dakika moja na yeye baadaye. Madam, there she is. Madam Patricia joined the service akiwa sawa. Along the way akagonjeka. We thank the government. Kwa sababu rather than kusema hatawezi, mulisema hata apate promotion, akawa sasa full chief. Tunashukuru sana kwa sababu yake. And thank you. I beg to rest there. Mengine najua tutapata nafasi. Thank you, sir.
Asante sana Chief Ndungu. Pole pole. Mshukishe pole pole. Hapo ndio tunafikia mwisho wa kitengo ya machiefs na manaibu wao. Lakini kwa ruhusa ya waziri wetu, ningeuliza kama kuna jambo limeachwa which is a burning one. Mtu ainue mkono. Nitapatia mtu mmoja nafasi. Sio wananchi. Nasema tu katika kitengo ya machiefs na manaibu wao. Kuja.
No, we can take the mic there, ndio igue faster. So maybe by row. So kuna mtu mmoja in that row.
Mic ingine ipeleke upande ule. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Our CS, all protocols observed. My name is Alice Njoki Kago. Yangu ni kuongezea tu a request. Kama vile our CS umetuambia uniform itakuja mashinani Kiambu County, tungeomba hata vitambulisho za employer tuzipate huku mashinani. Wakati nilienda APTC 2019, huko ni orders. Yes sir, yes madam. Raini ilikatwa wakati nilikuwa karibu kwenda kupigwa picha, nipate kitambulisho. Na kwa sababu huko hapa karibu nasi, tafadhali tungetaka hiyo mambo ya kitambulisho iende pa sub county, tuzipate huko kwa our DCC. Thank you, sir.
Asante sana. Jina yako ni nani? Your name?
My name is Alice Njoki Kago, Senior Chief, Goriba Location. Thank you.
The other one, the last one.
Sir, protocols observed. Senior Chief Warwe from Githogori. We are more than humbled to have you here with us. And in interest of time, I just wanted to put a SWOT analysis on improvement of service delivery. SWOT analysis in schools, they talk of strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. But SWOT analysis for me, sir, is that this government is capable to deliver because it has strength. Two, it has a workforce which is here. Query my chiefs. It has the opportunity. It has been given the mandate by the electorate. And it has not threat, but tenure. There are no elections this year. There are no elections next year. So give man time, according to a philosopher known as Socrates. Give man time and he will move the mountain. Finally, sir, the burden of proof is quite a problem when it comes to efficient, effective service delivery. Kure mashinani. Why, sir? absence of evidence is evidence of absence. What do I say? If a chief indicates, together with my OCS or Mr. Koech here in Githunguri, that this one is a known pendra, hata mtoto wa shule anajua soko ya bangi ni huyu, the ODPP is going to be a stumbling block, because you're going to tell me either you are not able to connect the bangi and the owner. Then the other one, 4 weeks after the crackdown that has taken self-sacrifice, tirelessly fighting, including arresting a police officer, and that's a great milestone. Sir, 3-4 weeks later, ODPP probation tells me, Chief, kuna mtu ulishika na bangi, lakini kuna kitu inaitwa decongestion. So, jioni ya hiyo siku hiyo Pedro atakuja anionyeshe kwa mkono kwa kichwa niko bali na kazi. So, sir, I'm just saying, a motivated staff performs better than a demotivated staff. So one way of motivating is to appreciate that the police officers are working tirelessly with Ngao, yet our part of the government, because it is multi-agency, the ODPP, which is part of the government, the probation, which is part of government, is not seeing. Is not seeing the point. So, sir, I request that I don't repeat all those points, but I can tell you that with motivation, hata chifu akiitwa msemaji wa serikali atakuwa na material, na material inatoka kwa mfuko, na mfuko ndio inaenda kwa tubo, na mtu
Waroi, your time is over. Your time is over.
Is there any other one?
Order.
Ama imeishia hapo? That's very good. That's okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Lakini chiefs na assistant chiefs, apart from Pombe, that is the only problem you have a problem with kwa communities, ndio? I don't think I don't hear any other. Nishasikia yenu, welfare yenu, but ile ya wananchi, challenges mna face kama wananchi. Where is this problem ya gangs? Kwa your community, you don't have challenges ya these gangs yenye nakuja. Niliambiwa a new one uko Ruiru inaitwa nini? One what? One something. One stop. One stone. Hamna shida ya one stone uko Mungiki nini? Na other, ama mnaogopa mnasikia tasemwa na kutembelewa. Najua when I go for meetings nikienda meetings ya banditry, chief anasema mheshimiwa, sasa baadaye tukienda kwa nyuma kidogo kuna maneno nilitaka nikuambie, lakini sio kwa hapa. Na kwa mkutano wenyewe, wachana hii ya leo iko na kamera. Saa hizo tuko kwa nyumba kidogo, sisi wote hakuna simu, hakuna nini, lakini hata mtu anaogopa the next person anasema huyu ataenda kusema ulisemwa, lakini sio mimi, ni chief ule mwingine ndiye alisema. Is there any other challenge you think as chiefs you are facing in Kiambu County and you needed to say for the sake of the people? Yeah, welfare yenu nimesikia na your friends wamesema kwingine. Kuna chiefs wawili, hiyo ni ya mwisho. The chief who is behind and the one who is at the middle. Is that a lady or tusimameni both of you so that nione. Yeah, okay, they are all gentlemen. So ansia huyo na ule wa mwisho. That is the last two. Oh, did you want to say something? No, okay. So the last two.
Thank you very much, our CS. All protocols observed. My name is Simon Kamau, Senior Chief 1, Biashara Location within Thika West Sub-County, Kiambu County. My points are two. One, being the officers on the ground, we receive so many complaints. For example, when the drought comes around, our people will always come to us wanasema wako na njaa. But the process of the food distribution, we are not involved, neither are we part of it. But thereafter, they will still come, sisi ni wamama wazee hatukupata chakula. But food comes, but the distribution process, let us be involved so that we can also help assist our people. The other one, Bwana Waziri, chiefs and assistant chiefs, we are human beings. Sometimes we do make mistakes, but our politicians, sometimes they embarrass us in front of the public. We are parents, we have children, we are husbands, we are wives. And in the process, you also lose your dignity to your residents. We unatuambia nini na tuliambua na mheshimiwa utatolewa kofia. So kaidre our CS hapo tushikilie. Last and not the least, it may not be official, lakini tunakuomba, because we know you and our beloved president, you are buddies. And the president tunamshukuru, tunamfanyia kazi. Kwa ile jicho lake la upendo tu atuangalie pande hiyo ya affordable housing, at least tupate ka 1 bedroom kama chiefs and assistant chiefs, hata sisi tujivunie kwa serikali. Asante.
Will you pay? Mutalipa? Chief, no, I want to hear because umenituma.
Nimesema
mkue allocated, lakini you will pay.
Nimesema kwa ile jicho yake ya upendo tu atuangalie, turushiwe kamoja tu ka 3 bedroom. He will leave the legacy.
That is okay, but you will pay. Because there are some people who try to pay. There are people who try to access, but they are unable to. They want to pay, but they are unable to access.
We can get at subsidized prices.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Okay, nimeelewa what you are saying. But at least, I wanted in principle kwanza, because that is what the police officers also asked in another meeting, kwamba we can pay, but we be supported beyond just supplying through Boma Yangu. We'll be given maybe even longer period of time to pay, but we will pay, so that we, all of us, know that when you retire, you have a house. Maybe that's the first request. Subsidizing can be the second request, but the first request should be that civil servants working, because wale uniambia wanasema wanatafuta shamba, lakini mwishowe nyumba ikikuja, they cannot, even if they apply, they don't access, because other people succeed to get it. The last one, there was the last person, nyuma huko.
Yes, sir. I'm Paul Kibara Gaido, Chief Udhiru, location Kabete Sub-County. So, sir, mine is a quick one. It's on service delivery and the challenge. The main challenge probably came up with a person, I don't know whom he was, that removed corporal punishment in schools. Because currently, at the moment, tunasikia one term, tunasikia Gen Z, tunasikia, if you interact with these people, they see this is Kenyan flag. This is a coat of arms. You are a government, provide for us. And these people are lazy. They smoke a lot of blank, they are idlers, then they tend to see as if this is a heaven. But philosophically, even in accordance with godly principles, one have to eat from his sweat. One have to work. Bila jasho upati, they don't want that language. So they tend to gang up and fight us as chiefs in our service delivery, policy dissemination to them, and being a good example to be emulated from. So working in this way, you find that sijui in which terms should I put it, because wakati unaenda una find that tunalea watoto ya mayai, shule aguzwi, mzazi anaenda kutafuta hamuguzi, jirani hawezi guza, mtoto ndio huyo, akienda hata anapata first class in the university, first class honors degree, akitoka nje anaajiriwa, anafutwa, anaingia kwa pombe. Eventually, rivers, roses, and all those, like in my local village, I neighbor to the east, Westlands, to the south, Dagoretti. So they go to those changadens which are there, Kangemi, Nini, Kawangware. Sasa, that's a challenge. I end there. So, hii watoto tunalea turudishe corporal punishment in schools, so that we have a future generation. We are living now and they will live tomorrow, and they are all Kenyans. Yes.
Thank you so much, our chiefs and assistant chiefs. Tuinue mkono tuwapigie makofi moja. Asante sana. Mgeni wetu wa heshima sasa, nataka kuchukua nafasi hii niingie kitengo cha ACCs. Na nyinyi kwa sababu ni wachache, nataka mchukue muda mchache sana kushinda machiefs. Naanza na ACC mwenye tunaita Mbaisi, ambaye ni ACC wa Tigoni Division. Mbaisi, dakika 2.
The CSR, my name is Eugene Mbaisi Kihima, the Assistant County Commissioner at Tigoni. And sir, if you allow me as a matter of protocol, allow me to start by thanking the Almighty Father for making today a possibility. So I'm going to be very brief because I'm a man of few words. And also, sir, believe that there are far more eloquent people than I am. And sir, it's because of 2 issues. Firstly, sir, you've traversed the country. And basically, I know you've realized about the ubiquity of issues facing ACCs. So I'm not going to labor so much into them because, sir, you're very well informed. And 2 also, sir, is because you're surrounded by a very competent team with the likes of Madam Beverly Opora, whom I venerate so much. Sir, mine is to thank you because of the recent promotions. And also to thank you for the paralegal course for the chiefs and assistant chiefs. This goes a long way in equipping the NGA officers with the skills necessary in service delivery, sir. And sir, I'm bold enough to say that the NGA officers you see seated here, sir, they can do anything thrown at them. In fact, sir, there's something that you always say when it comes to Ngao. Probably the only thing that we cannot do is carry out an autopsy. But preparing the body itself, that we can do. However, sir, I'll just mention a few issues that, just 2 or 3 issues, sir. And they'll be in passing because the chiefs and the assistant chiefs have already raised them. So mine is concerning mobility, which cannot be emphasized further. Would wish, if it's when it comes to mobility, would wish it to be based at the sub-county level so that we can carpool, because I know probably it will not make probably economic sense to have each and every assistant county commissioner having a vehicle. So we are open to the idea of having a single car that you can carpool at the sub-county level. Of course, again, sir, this depends with the geographic of a particular sub-county, because I know in areas like Rift Valley, one division to the other might be very, very expensive, that may require additional vehicles. 2, sir, is concerning the mental state of these officers you see over here, sir. In as much as the mojo is high right now because of the promotions and everything, some of these officers are really, really frustrated. And it may be because of work-related. It may be because some of them come from very dysfunctional families. It may be because of other issues, probably unbeknownst to us. So, sir, my prayer and my hope and my request is that we have a very strong counseling department at our ministry. Because this will go a long way, because it affects directly in terms of, it affects the service delivery. And we like it if it is done, sir, let it be done at the county level. We can have group therapies, which I've seen work. And as a person who is very, very so much into psychology, sir, I can tell you it really does work. Sir, lastly, when it comes to probably what affects our community, not Kiambu only. So we've got what we call the climate works. sir, would wish it to be fast-tracked. And once you engage this youth, sir, you will not see what you're seeing right now. But the only request is this, sir, because I've seen recently what happened. We would like that when it comes to the recruitment and the selection of these young Kenyans, sir, we would wish that let it be done entirely by Ngao. And this is the reason why, sir, when it is left to politicians, what they do, they allocate those positions to areas that they perceive voted for them, leaving out areas that they said did not vote for them. And what happens is a backlash. But these Ngao officers, they're always with the people love us. In fact, sir, we can even do a social experiment right now. All factors constant, RTP, give a mheshimiwa andagao, RTP, wapatie pesa, patio 1,100, patio 1,100. You let them mobilize. Ngao officers will mobilize even more kuliko heshimiwa because the people love us. Na sisi ndo tuko nao kila wakati. Other than that, sir, I just want to thank you and may God bless you in your duty. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Baisi. And now it is the turn of Charity Katopo. ACC Githurai Division.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you, sir. I'm the one who mentored Baisi, so I will have very little. We agreed that you talk more and then I talk less, even because of age. Firstly, sir, I am Charity Gatopo, the Senior Assistant County Commissioner Githurai. And one of the issues that hinder our service delivery is that we operate on conflicting zones, especially the sub-counties that are along Thika Road. And specifically, for example, if I give an example of Githurai, Githurai is fully a cosmopolitan area, and we only have residents. There is no land there. When people work in Nairobi, they come to reside in Githurai. When people want to go and demonstrate, they come from Githurai because it is a corridor of entering Nairobi, and they go to Nairobi to demonstrate. As security officers who are along Thika Road, we have a very big role to play, and we do it, sir. But funny enough, like in Githurai, 100% we have no government vehicle, except the DCC's vehicle. Others were leased vehicles, and their leases lapsed. So when the OCS find someone has hanged himself, anakimbia kwa DCC, apewe gari. The OCPD the same, the SIPO the same. So we urge you, sir, to be considered in that. Number two, sir, there is the performance appraisal system, which we feel it is either ineffective or it is not well designed. Because recently we are supposed to appraise our junior officers, but it was not possible. Like myself, I came from Kirinyaga 11 months ago. And when I check my portal, it reads Kirinyaga. So I cannot be able to appraise my officers. So we request if that system can be updated, sir. Number three, some of the assistant county commissioners here have no offices, sir. Others have offices, but there is no electricity in those offices. Others have both, but they have no furniture in the offices. We request to be considered, sir. Finally, sir, miaka yangu ni mingi. I have observed keenly on this government, and I've worked in other three governments. And sir, I can for sure tell you, without fear of any contradiction, that we as ACCs, we have seen that the government of Dr. William Samoei Ruto and yourself being our peers, this is the first time in history that we have gotten promoted and we have been compensated on the years that we have stagnated. We thank you very much. We have felt it. We are praying for you. But they told me to remind you the 28 who are left behind. Thank you, sir. May God bless you.
Thank you. Moja kuna burning issue. Only you. 1 minute.
For Juja Division. Sir, I just have a brief request. We are talking about promotion, sir. We are very happy for our colleagues who have been promoted, sir. But there are cohorts of ACC, sir. There are people who are employed in the year 2015 and beyond. Those ones are promoted. They've talked here as if all of us have been promoted. That is not the case, sir. There are people who are promoted in 2021, myself and my colleagues. We are still left behind, sir. We are asking that you also be considered. Secondly, sir, I also want just to put one request. Our speaker who has just spoken before us here is now in a very high job group. It means the next thing they will become is to be DCCs. So, and there are people who are employed in 2021 who have served so well, sir, and they're ripe now, sir, to serve in the field. We are requesting you, sir. 2021, sir.
The 2021s, the delay was only, they were due last year.
Yes, sir.
So it's not as a problem like the ones that they have stayed 15 years or so.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, so that's the next. Now, once we do the 300, right? There's another group of 300 that are going for DPA. Once we now bring everybody to 2021 at least, now we move to everybody up.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
So they're also asking that they have served in the headquarters long enough, and they are requesting that you take these people who have been promoted to the headquarters to become SCC1s, and they go to the field, sir. Thank you, sir.
Asante, there was another one over there.
Good afternoon. My name is Eileen Mukiri, Assistant County Commissioner for Murera Sub-County. Okay, I have a request, and actually it's more like an observation. Being an ACC, we're usually the middle management. Usually we have very powerful chiefs and very powerful DCCs. So for us, because our transfers are usually frequent, we also require to have a sense of decency when it comes to housing. And my request was, could we be also considered in terms of having residents with the affordable housing? Can you imagine being an ACC and our housing allowance is very low, and we are supposed to still give an image of government that is strong and powerful, but our houses or the residents we are in are just deplorable. So we are requesting that at least from every sub-county, there should be an allocation or a permanent way to allocate housing for ACCs from headquarters all the way to divisions, so that all of us can actually enjoy the facilities and be able to work efficiently. Then lastly, just as also a request, especially for newly formed sub-counties, our newly formed sub-counties also have newly formed divisions. When we delay that operationalization process, it makes a dysfunction in terms of operation. For instance, we're talking about Murera sub-county, which I'm in, and I am also the ACC in Murera. But now when we are not able to operationalize the division, we are unable to effectively work within our chiefs and our assistant chiefs and our OCSs in terms of our roles and duties so that we can be able to effectively attend to the population that you have given us tasks for. So my simple request is whenever we have already operationalized the sub-county, it should concurrently happen with the divisions that are there, the locations and the sub-locations, so that we can have synergy of work. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, ACC Murera.
I didn't get the name, her name.
Sir, my name is Eileen Mokiri. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mukiri. Sir, at this juncture, I want to invite the DCC for Kiambu Town, Macharia, to present issues of DCCs. Macharia. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Now it is the turn for the officer commanding stations, and I will begin with OCS Kanunga. You are here. Kidongori. Thank you.
The chief guest, our cabinet secretary, Ministry of Interior and National Administration, Honorable Kipchumba Murkomensa, the DIG KPS, Mr. Edwin Ragansa, the Deputy Inspector General, Administration Police Service, Mr. Gilbert Masengerisa, all senior government officers present, fellow officers, good afternoon. My name is Lucy Mwarire, currently the OCS Githunguri Police Station under Kiambu County. Sir, with your permission, allow me to present what affects most police stations across Kiambu country and Kenya at large. We have an issue with the security of our police buildings. We find that most of police stations do not have a perimeter fence. So recently when we had protests, many officers were scared because they were easily accessed by protesters who pretended to be protesting, but were criminal gangs who took advantage of the situation, attacking our police officers, burning our stations, and also stealing firearms and ammunition from our stations, sir. So we are kindly requesting you consider having a permanent perimeter fence across all police stations in the Republic of Kenya. Also, sir, we have an issue with our police buildings where we are operating from. Most of these police buildings are condemned buildings. Some of them have leaking roofs, making us suffer or strain when we are serving common wananchis. We are also having issues with newly gazetted police stations, which lack very important offices like the gender and children desk. So we are kindly requesting, sir, for your intervention to ensure that these police stations have operational offices so that we are able to serve our communities well. Sir, also in the issue of housing, we are having an issue when these houses were transferred to national housing, the officers are deducted from their pay slip. So you find once an officer is transferred from one station, he leaves his family at that police line and moves to another station. So you are likely to be having officers working far from your station, leaving their family behind. As the OCS, the people occupying the police lines are civilians or relatives of the officers who transferred, and because they are being deducted from their pay slip, you have no right to move them from those houses. So we are kindly requesting that these houses that were constructed in this police line be set for police officers who can hand over those houses once they are transferred, so that we can have officers residing with these police stations to respond to emerging issues of security without delay, so that we don't cause frustration to the members of the public we are serving, sir. The next issue I want to handle, sir, is about the welfare of our police officers. Recently, we had some promotion bonds, and we are grateful that some officers are undergoing training. However, we have a class of officers who are disabled, who cannot manage to go on training. These officers have been left behind as others progress in the service because they cannot manage to attend those training at Kiganja or Embakasi. And so far, they have remained very demoralized officers who are very diligent and working very hard at the station. We are requesting, sir, if that slot can be spared for officers living with disabilities so that they can get promoted on merit. We are also, sir, considering that officers we are working with, there are others who are having chronic illness. We are praying, sir, that once they request for transfers on medical ground to a place where they find convenient for treatment, that they be around so that these officers can continue serving the Kenya Police Service from a convenient place of their choice so that they are able also to live a normal life like other Kenyans. We are also pleading for you, sir. We have officers who have lived very far from their families. You find that 2 officers are serving at the National Police Service and they are working at very different localities. Sir, if they consider applying for transfers to be close to each other, not necessarily working at the same station, they be considered so that even as we work for the national government, we don't have distinguished families along us. The other issue, sir, I wish to raise is about the public police relations. Recently, we saw some members of the public attack us because they have lost trust in the police or the public institution. We are kindly requesting that the members of political class, that they cease from inciting the members of the public because we have been posted to serve these Kenyans. We have no issue. We request that we have a dialogue instead of protesting and bringing chaos to the police station because these buildings were constructed for their sake to assist these members of the public. And once they are destroyed, they are going to suffer because officers will still continue serving others as they look for these services from a far distance. The other issue, sir, we have is the issue of strength and establishment. We are still working on very old establishment despite the growth in population and change in the crime trends. We are likely to have a problem of unpoliced crime because the strength that we are having at the police station is very minimal. We are kindly requesting that the the recruitment can be done, the better, so that we can up our officers so that we are able to serve the Kenyans we are supposed to serve diligently, not leaving gaps because of the strained strength. We have issues where officers are being transferred without replacement, and you find some officers working in a strained way, even having less than 7 officers as an OCS in one station. So you are wondering where to deploy them, considering that out of those 7 officers, some are unwell. There are some who have serious issues that doesn't allow them maybe to handle firearms. With those few remarks, sir, I wish to thank you and welcome you back, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, OCS Ruse Mwarire. And now it is the turn of Officer Commanding Station, John Mambo, OCS Kanunga.
Our OCS, Interior and National Administration, Honorable Kipchumba Murkomen, allow me to ride on the already established protocol. Nimsalimu hamjambo. I am Chief Inspector John Marubo, the officer commanding Kanunga Police Station, and I'm here to represent the issues and interests of my fellow ward commanders, the OCPPs and patrol-based commanders. First, let me take this opportunity to thank you. And we are really honored to have you here. And we thank you for spearheading such a wonderful forum, coming on the ground to hear issues in their raw form. To start with, we have issues that have been mentioned by other, like Chief and some other counties, but they cut across to almost all stations. So I will repeat them, but I will not be able to explain. And the first one is about mobility or transport. We've been having an extended issue since the introduction of risk vehicles. So first, the risk vehicles are allocated the fuel which is not enough. And the vehicles themselves, they are not enough. If I take, for example, in Kiambu East, we only have two Land Cruisers, which serve 6 stations. And the same problem is replicated in almost all sub-counties. So we humbly request, sir, for additional vehicles. For fuel allocation, we request that it be reviewed from the number 450 for every vehicle, it be upgraded. Because that was the initial allocation that was done 10 years ago. The other issue on mobility again is the old vehicles are in bad shape. We request reinvention of the previous regional motor vehicle workshop centers, county, and motor transport offices workshop to be revived. Also, we request also division offices to be equipped with spare parts. And on that note, there was an allowance that was given in the past to the OCPDs for maintenance of vehicles, which are not for this. So if possible, irudishwe. Again, if possible, because introduction of new vehicles involves a huge budget, we can have introduction of motorcycles so that we can help officers to access the inroads that are not motorable. The second issue is stores. We have a shortage of stores. First one is expendables, like kit exchange, ammunitions, and riot gears. So we request that it be replaced in time. The other one on stores is stationary office equipment, like computers, printers, and even furniture. As we start right now, there is no clear guideline on how a station should be maintained, or in issues to do with furniture and equipment that help us to run the daily operations of a station. The third issue is AIE. It has been mentioned elsewhere, but a pointer, since 2019, there are many stations that were gazetted and they were not allocated AIE. So we are forced to depend on our mother stations. Like in Kiambu East, taking for example, it is only 3 stations that have AIE. So we are stretching, and we are forced. Sometimes we are forced to use money from our pocket to sustain our daily operations. And for instance, Kiambu police station do not have enough AIE also. So even the ones that have AIE, it should be, if possible, ikuwe enhanced, ikuwe imeongezwa. The fourth issue, our officers who serve under us, is alcoholism and mental wellness. We appreciate the good work that is being done by the Directorate of Counseling from a psychosocial support officers who are posted at county levels, but they are not enough. So we urge your good office, if more officers can be trained so that they can assist the already stretched number. Also on that note, more officers who are suffering from alcoholism, we would like, if they are rehabilitated, to prevent relapse back to alcoholism, we would request they be transferred so that we can disorient them from their social familiarity. The other issue, sir, is the issue of conflicting laws. Though it have been mentioned by a chief earlier, we, the enforcement officers, we are having hard time since we are having conflicting laws between the county government, national government, which are the enforcers, the judiciary, and other stakeholders, bar owners. For instance, an issue which was mentioned by the chief, most bars and liquor stores are operating with court orders. And we are left wondering who is right and who is wrong. Because those bars were flagged off, having not met the requirement of the proximity to education institutions and residents. So we are requesting to have a harmonized precedence on Alcoholic and Liquor Control Act. The other issue, sir, is about training, which is capacity building. We are requesting the PTCs to be revived, and if possible, equally cascaded down to county levels. We can have trainers being sent to counties, so county administration will only have to find a hall so that we can train officers. Training is part of motivation. And the last issue, and not the least, is the issue of financial literacy. Most OCS have shared that most officers, from the time they join the service, they don't have financial literacy. So we have requested that personal finance management module to be introduced to basic training so that we can manage financial stress which comes with mismanagement of finance. Kwa haya machache, I thank you once again, John Marubo, the OCS Kanunga, sir. Thank you once again. You're welcome.
And now, sir, with that presentation from John, Chief Inspector, we come to the end of presentations by the lower levels, the OCSs, ACCs, and the chiefs. Now we move on to the sub-county. I'm going to allow one person from every service, and please take the shortest time possible.
Just hold on, Kidogo. Is there any OCS who still has an issue from the crowd there? Any OCS who thinks one? Any other? Okay, that's all. Is there another one? Is there someone? Yes, and there's some. Sorry, my eyesight. And the last person at the far end. So starting with him, Pelega one mic to the far end. Thank you. And just don't repeat anything.
Thank you, sir. My name is Chief Inspector Farah Mohammed from Limuru Sub-County. Thank you, sir. My name is Chief Inspector Farah Mohammed from Limuru Sub-County. I have two issues to mention. One is for the Chief Inspectors and one is for General for the police. The one for the Chief Inspectors is that house allowances. You find that here in Kiambu, we are near Nairobi. And the rent for house allowances is very high here. Once the landlord hears that you are a Chief Inspector of Police, the rent is doubled. You find that when the DIG has written for us a letter of promotion, down there it is written, your house allowance from now is 27,000 or 28,000. So you find that when you come and look at your pay slip, you find that the house allowance has been dropped to 11,000 in Kiambu County. So we request, sir, that for those officers or police officers who are within Kiambu County, we should be looked into as a metropolitan, and our house allowances to be increased so that at least we can match with Nairobi, sir. Thank you, sir. The other second point is about police officers who are about to retire. You find that police officers, when they are about to retire, be taken to their home area for transfers so that at least they can manage and mingle with their relatives outside there. But you find that that one, during transfers, it has been forgotten. Officer anakuja hapa anaenda retire, anabaki hapa tu akikunywa changa ile pension kidogo amepata ya retirement, anamalizia hapa. Then unapata anarudi anakuja kwa OCS, ama utasikia huyu alikuwa OCS hapa na amepotelea hapa, hawaendi nyumbani. So we also like under your ministry tusaidiwe officers wakikaribia retire wapelekwe nyumbani kwa kisa.
The other one was there. Sawa.
Yes, sir. Mine is just to add on what others have said. It's a great honor to have you here, our beloved CS. Mine is very simple. It touches on medical. It comes a concern that when an officer...
Your name and station?
I'm sorry, sir. My name is Maurice Anyira, Inspector, Deputy CS, Tinganga Police Station. Inspector Maurice Anyira, Deputy CS, Tinganga Police Station.
Proceed.
Thank you, sir. Mine touches on medical. It has come a great concern that when an officer is sick, say critical, or has found himself or herself in a road accident, when he's taken in a medical facility, in a hospital, the hospital is willing to treat the officer. But now the problem comes from the medical department, vigilance. They have to approve the medication, but they take too long, even days, not even an hour, days. I have 2 cases that have been really struggling. One at Life Care, Kikuyu, and another one, Synergy Hospital, Kisumu. People suffer, and somebody can lose appetite of even living because of the delayed medication. I beg, sir, that you look into it so that you can help us. We are ready to serve, ready to move on. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, proceed.
Thank you so much, sir. Tuweke makofi to appreciate our OCSs. One, asante sana. Kufikia hapo saa tunataka kuingia katika sub counties na tunaanza na sub county AP commander anaitwa Maiyo. Karibu sana. 1-1.
Our CS, our 2 DIGs, present, senior government officers, police officers, ngao officers, wananchi ya mjambo. Jina langu ni Wilfred Maiyo na mimi ni AP Commander Kiamba, County AP Commander Kiamba. Niko na mawili tu.
And you should tell them you were my classmate.
I was to say that. As you've said, we were in one class around 27 years ago. He was a good friend and a good classmate as well. Afande yangu ni mawili tu, because naona mengi amesemwa na wenzangu na singependa kurudia. The first one is on the issue of promotion of officers above the age of 50. Mine is an appreciation on behalf of the officers because that one could not have come at a better time. Nashukuru sana. But then something crossed my mind. These are 50 years and above. We are expecting something to come from our DIGs in the near future about their promotions. What of those who are 48, 49 years? Next year again, what will happen? This is my opinion. What if we say like officers who have not been promoted and have worked for long, like Why can't you give a period like say 10, 15 years if you've not been promoted? Job group 2 ibadilike automatically so that you can still be who you are. Nisikia hapa watu wakisema I think Ngao has got some structure that seems to be working. If an officer has worked for like some, I wouldn't say a period of time, maybe 10, 15, I would do job group ibadilike such that we don't necessarily have to be promotion, because we have got cases of officers who may have been like enlisted like me 1999 those years. Huyu askari anafanya kazi na mtoto wake mwenye ameandikwa 2022 or thereabout. In as much as we try to put them in assignments where they iko favorable kidogo, ni mzuri kama akwe pale atafanya kazi na some dignity. But thank you for that, so much for that, we really appreciate it. Afande ya pili ni mobility. My colleagues from KPS have really talked about the same. Na kuna kitu wachasema kwamba askari wa AP commander asipokuwa na gari hata yeye anaumia zaidi kuliko AP commander, because these resources are shared. I can attest that. I've got my sub-county police commander here. Utaona gari yangu iko Kiambu kotini. Traffic pia hawana gari, kuna satokea shida along the highway, we have got a very busy one. Kuna fatality imetokea. I feel for my sub-county police officers hata kuniliko sababu kazi yao ni mingi sana. Na resources ni ya polisi tunasaidia na wote. But ingeomba in this forum kwamba washughulikie, like for example Kiambaa, I've got two very busy stations, Kiara and Rueno police stations. They are very busy, hawana gari. Gari ya utaona mara mingi iko na hawa watu. Mkiona jua tu ni kwa sababu just the way they are, wamekaa vizuri hapa wakiwa wawili watatu wote, hata sisi tutakaa hivyo upande huo mwingine. But mtusaidie hiyo kazi ikuwe rahisi. Afande, I wish we had the MPs around here, because we're traded sana in terms of infrastructure in our police stations. MP. Oh, thank you. Take a better. Now, it's a nice idea. The CDF is a very nice idea. Security and education. Sina shida na education. Kwa security, they make sure that Ngao anakaa vizuri, ofisi imewekwa vizuri, kuna nyumba, ACCs, chiefs, police stations. But we are domiciled in our offices are within the precincts of our DCCs, so our very Ipo chairman, asanteni sana. But we have a problem. Mimi nikienda kuona my OCPD, amekaa vizuri, ako na kiti mzuri, nini mpaka meza. But when I go to my office, ananiambia hii nimewekewa na area MB through CDF. I wish the same could be extended, because kwa sababu tumekaa kwa DCC imanishi, sisi pia ni NPS. Naomba wakuje upande ule mwingine watuangalie pia tukae kama wenzetu, because we work together. I'll not talk about the housing because it has been mentioned. Neither will I talk about strength, because we've not taken officers for quite some time, and there's a plan for that. I'm aware. I want to believe you're also aware kwamba karibu tunaandikana. Hiyo nafasi ya manani ya strength I think will be sorted. The last one is to appreciate the AOs who are here, including from the chairman, the decision going down. I found that there are people who have really made our work very easy. In Kiambu, we have got an issue of transformer vandalism. We realized that the best people to help us are these chiefs going down the village level, because wanajua ni nani anakaa karibu na transformer. They may not have said it, but from where I sit, I feel their work. Asanteni sana, because you can imagine going in darkness for like a week or two kabla KPLC wakuje, because mtu ameamua kuharibu transformer. Mmetusaidia sana. We worked a plan, including kwetu huko through the DCC, kwamba we map out areas where we have transformers. Hata ule ako pale hata kama ni msetu, tutafutie kaya time kidogo na ile torch kali kabisa. Ukiona stima imepotea, mulika uone kama ni stima kweli imepotea ama ni mtu amefanya hivyo. Na watatusaidia sana. Asanteni sana. With that, sir, I beg to end there, and thanks so much for coming to have a word with us. Karibu Kiambu mara ingine, and as you've said, it was my classmate. I feel honored to be here. Thank you so much, and karibu tena. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Wilfred Maiyo from APS. Sasa nataka kuchukua nafasi hii nimwalike Muriithi Lawrence, Kenya Prisons.
our able Minister of Interior and National Administration, Honorable C.S. Kipchumba Murkomen, service commanders, senior government officials, all protocols observed. My name is Chief Inspector Lawrence Muraidi, and specifically prisons, Kiambu prisons. From our end, sir, our prison was upgraded recently from a medium to a main prison, and this has dramatically changed the populations of our clients who are incoming. It was holding a capacity of 600 initially, and since the upgrade, it can hold a capacity of 1,000 inmates. Having said that, sir, we really need some improvements for that prison, sir. On the side of infrastructure, sir, we are in dire need of the construction of a mixed block for better and human services to our clients. Again, sir, we are in dire need of a dispensary so that we can serve our clients and the community as well. We also need an office block to bring the teamwork for our officers and for better administration, sir. We also, since the prison itself is along the main road, sir, so we would ask if it's possible, sir, we add 4 watchtowers for the prisons to enhance the security. For the staffs and for the water services, sir, we have a high pending bill for water. And we would urge, if it was possible, if we get funds to construct a water borehole. Again, sir, we have an industry, but we also ask if we can diversify it to our land in Kirigiti for workshops, sir, to bring the client and the community together. On the staffing issues, sir, currently we have witnessed an improvement in salary structures, which is commendable and credible. However, we pray that we can restructure our allowances in Kiambu to be restructured same as Nairobi. That could bring us sanity, sir. Yes. On the side of transport, sir, since the upgrade of the institution, we have only 1 DMAX, and which is dilapidated, sir. So if it's possible, sir, we can get a supply of 2 more Land Rovers or DMAX. It could be well for our services delivery. On the side of funding, sir, we would also, there is an inadequate funding. So if it was possible that there is an increase in the funds, we can give better services. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Mureithi from prisons. I'm making this appeal. Yes. Wale wamemaliza wacha waende upande ule. Sina jina la mtu kutoka DCI. Tunahitaji mtu wa kuongea. As we await for the DCI to select the person to represent them, I'm requesting Daniel Mushangi, the sub-county commander in Thika West. Karibu.
Our CS, allow me to board into already established protocol. My name is Lawrence Mushangi, Sub-County Police Commander, Thika West. Sir, allow me just to emphasize on already mentioned points that the officers from our ground would wish to bring to your attention. One is on transport. Some of us sub-county police commander, we don't have vehicle. For Thika West, I don't have. But for the sub-county, is the most affected. The OSPD, the DCI, the AP commander, which is 3 years now old. We would request if such a sub-county, which have another 4 stations with only 1 motor vehicle, can kindly be looked into. Some of our officers are doing patrols with their own motorcycle, which is very helpful within our station area. We are requesting if the government can chip in and buy motorcycles for patrols within police station, which will assist because they are able to reach each and every corner when there is need. On housing, most of our police stations have enough land, which are ideal for houses which can be built to be used by officers. Because even if we purchase the affordable housing, today I'm in Thika, tomorrow I'll be elsewhere. If I purchase that house for my own use, when I transfer to another place, the officer who will be coming will not have a place to decide. But if those houses can be built within police station, once I'm moved or an officer is moved to another station, the incoming will have somewhere to reside for the short time that he will be there. Some of the houses within the police stations are condemned. We are kindly requesting if the new one can be done. On promotion, I thank you because you have come up with this new idea of those constables who have served perfectly and they are now 50 years and above to be considered for promotion. Those that have stagnated in one rank for a certain period, we are also requesting for those that are suffering disability to be included. There are also officers who did the promotion board and passed well. But between the time that they did the promotion and the time that they were to report to Kiambu, some suffered. Like I have a case from my sub-county, an officer, had stroke. He was to attend the first cohort. He cannot be able to attend that course. And even in the second cohort, he will not be able. We are also requesting if that officer can be considered for promotion. Since he did the promotion, he passed, but he cannot be able to attend the course. Lastly, he is sick. He is suffering. He cannot be able to attend that course. Lastly, sir, when we had the demonstration, this year I was in Thika, we were very much affected. But one thing that I saw is our officers are in deep fear of the consequence. They don't want to act accordingly because they are fearing of IPOA. The biggest issue is IPOA. City officers, unakuta mtu hata nakuja, we saw it in the videos. Mtu wako na buduki, anatadikwa, he cannot defend himself. Na sheria allow that person to defend himself. I would request, if there is a way whereby IPOA and the police tuwekwe pamoja, tutrainiwe, officers be trained on why IPOA are there. So that tusikae tunaacha building kama hii inachomeka. Serikali ina lose a lot of resources. Na iko resources mimi nimepewa ya ku defend that station. simply because ya fear of IPOA. Askari hata lungu ya alaya utataki kutumia. Hataki kutumia tear gas. They are fearing IPOA. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you, sir.
Asante sana Bwana OCPD Mushangi. Kwa nafasi hii nataka kuchukua nimwalike Winnie Kenda representing the DCI.
Thank you so much, sir, for your time and making to be with us today at Kiambu County. My name is Winnie Kenda, the SCCIO Kabete, representing Kiambu DCI department. Sir, from the Department of DCI, we have a challenge on transport. And considering the transportation issue, we have sub-counties like Ndeya, Kiamumbi, and Githurai. And apart from the respective sub-counties, we also have the departments for CRIP officers and CSI. Yes, so we have a challenge on transportation over that. And also, the challenge that we have as DCI is inadequate resources. Our offices are very small, congested, and temporary. So we find that we are forced as DCIOs and stay at the veranda to the CDF to ensure that they actually are able to request them to attach some two or three officers. We have special departments which sometimes they are busy, considering the county itself with insecurity issues are attending several scenes. Within the county. So you find that we have within the county. So you find that we have to wait for a long time to be taken to grassroots so that the office be effective, expansive work that we are doing, investigation is investigation is a broad field, even out of the country. And out of that process, you find that the locations you're given, it's too minimal. You find that we have suspects of murder. The same are supposed to be taken for mental assessment. Definitely, you find that when you take them to men, you are told you need to take them to men. You are told you need to do a booking, which it takes. You take them to men. You are told you need to do a booking, which it takes even more than 30 days, and you are forced to go to other sub-county, whereby for me, a report to make unless we go to specific hospitals. Thus, we are forced to keep waiting and having a remandee in a station. It's a bit adequate, complex, because it's dangerous considering the nature of the offense. Lastly, also for us, we are requesting on issues of communication. You find that we are forced as DCIOs to use extra money to buy airtime. We end up communicating a lot because you need to reach out to the clients and at the same time explain, and also considering communicating with other stakeholders as far as investigation is concerned. So you find that we end up straining, and maybe with your good office, you may consider that, and we really appreciate, and thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you so much, Kenda. And now I want to invite Nyongesa. Nyongeza, kimbia bwana. From traffic department.
Good afternoon. Our CS, our DIGs, all protocols. Good afternoon. My name is Chief Inspector Patrick Nyongeza, Base Commander Juja. Sir, my colleagues have said, but I have one or two to add on that. In the traffic section, within Kiambu, we have the problem of mobility, transportation. Like in my station, Juja, we depend on sub-county police commander and OCS Juja. I'm also tasked on CHAN duties. Like yesterday, Harambee Stars did well. I was in the field, on coverage within the vicinity of the compound. So I called my OCS to tell him that we've succeeded with 1-0, but he rashly told me the vehicle imepeleka mgonjwa Thika. So we have the challenge of transportation. I kindly request your good office, if ikipatikana vande utuongezee moja, we shall appreciate that one. Another one, sir, there is a saying biblically that the audience waliambia Yesu, sema neno moja tu and atapona. In this respect, sir, ukisema tu tutapata gari, other stations traffic duties, itasaidia sub-county as a whole. With that one, I will also request the challenges we have. On top of that one, the roads. We have, this one is just one. Matangi or Thika Superhighway, Matangi Road. That road is a challenge in our facilitation for traffic within that area. Iko potholes mingi. We had some meetings up to county level na tukapata kujua kwamba ni kura. Sasa afande, ukienua simu moja tu huko itanyoroka. We will appreciate. Also within Chucha flyover. Chucha flyover was built several years ago. Na population within that area ilikuwa kidogo. Saa hii it's my prayer na other stakeholders, KENHA, NTSA na wengine, ya kwamba iwe elevated, modernized, iwe kama ile ya CSU or rosters. Itasaidia wananchi wa pande ile. Sir, I'm here also to appreciate you. Umesema machiefs walipata uniform. I'm also confirming that through our DIG, traffic department pia tulipata uniform. Tukapeana other ranks. Lakini I will pray that utuongezee, hawakupata wote kabisa. Na senior officers from inspectors and above, niko na imani sitakuja. For efficient also kwa kazi yetu avande. Another one ambaye the last one, tuko na injured police officers, especially from my station. We have one, it's now about a year ago. Alikuwa injured while on duty. Akawa admitted Nairobi West. Saa hii ako home care. We've visited there. I could pray for your God office to look into the welfare because these officers have families. Ako na watoto, ako na family. In future, uangalie maslahi yao, we shall also appreciate. Otherwise, for that few remarks, sir, I beg to leave. Thank you, sir.
Just before you go, you're from Juja, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
okay.
sir.
So, between getting a vehicle for traffic officers and getting them motorcycles, which one is more efficient? is it not better to get some motorcycles, considering if you are managing traffic, for example, don't you need more motorcycles? Of course, you need one vehicle too or so, but is it not, do you have enough motorcycles, especially during traffic time?
We don't have enough.
Because you can see if you are on the road, if, for example, DIG, I'm coming from Nakuru, you reach Kikope, you see, if you are flying, you can see there is a small area. If a police officer had a motorcycle, he would have unlocked that problem. Because ujinga, of course, motorists who just want to overlap. So is it an area where you need, is it more cars or more motorcycles?
Thank you, sir. Thank you for that one. In terms of motor vehicle, the one I've requested is this way. We've been attending scenes of accidents along the highway. In most cases, you are at the scene. Several people are injured. They need to be taken to hospital.
That is, I've understood that one. I'm just saying, because we are going to do the procurement by September, in your needs assessment, do you want us to include motorcycles for traffic, or we just concentrate on vehicles only?
We include them, yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Number two, ordinarily, our vehicles should not be carrying injured people. It's a failure of the emergency departments of the counties. Yeah. Otherwise, ordinarily, the first person to be on site should not even be a police officer. Should actually be ambulance. But even if a police officer delays, but in most cases, it's a police officer who get there, and it will take 2 hours for an ambulance to arrive. So that is an area that, and county governments, is an area that needs to be discussed. People, a serious issue. And disaster management includes accidents. So you are put to hospital. Yet an injured person should be handled at the accident scene. And then it's an ambulance should do it. So unfortunately now, in your submission, you're more worried about your car taking people to hospital. In the first place, not even your job. But understood what you're saying. And I'm glad some of the MCAs are here and the speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. We should move faster. We are running out of time.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, and nobody should repeat what we have already said.
Actually, we are finishing under this category with the DCC for Kiambu town. 2 minutes, Mashari.
Honorable CS, allow me, like the others have said, to ride on the protocols already established. Let me first begin by appreciating this innovation. This forum is the first time it has been done. We are very, very happy. We are energized. And I want to hazard a guess that it's because of your training in here. It's under the Chatham House rules. In other words, what we are saying here, nobody is going to be followed up that have not been solved under your tenure. Let me first begin by thanking you for tumwambie bado tuko na hiyo psych. Each and every DCC in this republic had an opportunity to pose for a photo with His Excellency the President. And we framed them na tukaziweka kwa nyumba. Wengine mpaka saizi ziko kama profile photo. Na wengine wanajifanya ni kama ni yeye peke yake alipigwa. Lakini we don't say that it is all of us. So thank you very much for that. We feel re-energized, we feel warm, we feel embraced, and we are ready to do what we are required to do to assist the government to achieve its agenda. The other problem, one of the problems we are having is office space. With the rapid expansion of administrative units, sometimes you find that we do not have enough office space. Honorable Minister, it is not very nice when Deputy County Commissioner is leaving behind the shops with this uniform and you are sneaking behind the bar to go, and sometimes a bit of a challenge. So would want to request that we have a budget for housing, for officers' housing and offices. Of course, our MPs have been very useful, wametusaidia. But as a politician, sometimes when you are faced with the choice of building a school or renovating a school and building a chief's office or DCC's office, the choice is obvious because the school has immediate political dividends. And again, sir, we do not want to keep begging our lobbying for resources during the budgetary process. Please lobby for our officers. This one does not even need to wait for the budget. I'm sure you have some. So Laboso, you are to blame after all. So sir, as DCCs, we really would wish to request that if there are some emergency funds, you help our colleague here. Then we also have a problem with office equipment. For a long time, sir, we have not had anything at the stores, procurement stores in Harambee House. So very many of these ACCs do not have computers. They do not have ICT equipment. So please let us have those equipment so that we are able to do service delivery. Transportation, again, in many of the sub-counties, we have only one vehicle. Although there are some DCCs who don't have vehicles. But many sub-counties here in Kiambu is only the DCC's vehicle, which we share with everybody, the ACCs, departmental heads, because as the coordinator of national government functions, any national government head of department who does not have a vehicle, they come to borrow from our office and we help. So if we could have at least two so that we can have one for the DCC and other heads of department and one for the ACC, it can help. On training, sir, we want to thank you for what you have done for us, but there are still a few DCCs who have not undergone the Senior Leadership Development Program course. We'd want to request that those ones also are able to go through the SLDP course. There are a few who have not done it and they are DCCs. Then there is one course, sir, called the National Defense College course. I'm sure this has probably not been talked about anywhere. This course is for senior leaders. It is a strategic level course, and the course costs 4.7 million shillings. Every year, the State Department for Interior sends 2 officers to the NDC College at Karen. Unfortunately, even when they successfully finish the course, it is only the Ministry of the State Department of Interior that does not promote its officers. Sir, this is the course that moves a KDF officer from colonel to brigadier, who is a 1-star general. Anybody who is in KDF who is a brigadier must pass through NDC. Sir, we have gone through that course, some of us, and sometimes we even go back to even a smaller station, yet you have now been empowered. So as a ministry, I think we have invested in these officers and we should deploy them accordingly. Many of this course, sir, Honorable Minister, also helps us in this multi-agency era because we train with senior officers from the Army, from Air Force, from police, all of them. And it helps in terms of gelling when we are doing our multi-agency activities. So finally, AIE, sir, you know we are coordinating government business and everybody relies on us at the sub-county level, even to mount national celebrations. Sir, we have a very big problem with mounting national celebrations because the money we get now is not even enough to hire tents. And yet every one of us must mount national celebrations. So, sir, we would want you to look at it because in Atwaibisha, when we cannot even hire tents for national celebrations. And we do not want to beg business people. Because sasa ukienda kwa mtu wa pombe akupatie pesa, the next time you want to arrest, atakwambia si nilikusaidia. So please, sir, if you can help there, would really be pleased to be able to continue having that visibility on the ground. With those few remarks, let me end there. Thanks you very much and welcome again.
Thank you so much, Titus Masharia, and our guest of honor. With that, tumefikia mwisho ya civil servant. Nataka tuchukue mkono juu, tujipigie mkono. 1, asante sana. Sasa tunaingia phase 2 ambaye tunataka kusikia viongozi wale tumekuja nao wanasema nini. Na kutuanzishia, nataka kuanza na kijana anaitwa Anthony Mbugwa from Thika East. Dakika moja tafadhali, hakuna wakati. Atafuatwa na Beatrice kutoka Kiamba akiakilisha akina mama. Akuja hapa akaribie. Yes. Wewe sio kijana, uko na miaka ngapi? Tunataka vijana jamani. Who is Anthony Mbugwa? Then tunataka Beatrice kutoka Kiamba au hapa. Tunataka Pastor Eva Njuguna au hapa. Tunataka Lawrence Kariuki from Ruiru bodaboda hawa hapa. Na Edward Kubai Bogwa, a business person.
Okay. Yes. Na wageni wote, habari zenyu. La kwanza, mimi ni chairman wa bodaboda wa Muguga bodaboda. Nimetoka Thika East. Muguga bodaboda kutoka Thika East. Aya. Before hapa tu kuongea tu habari ya youth, kuna kitu kimoja tu nikataka tu kuongea kuhusu Monyo Police Station na Gatwenjaga Police Station. Ningezungumza ya kwamba huko kuko na shida moja kubwa sana ya magari, ya kwamba ati kuna gari moja tu ati inapata kuserve hizo police station zote, na shida ile ambayo iko ni ya kwamba ati Monyo Police Station ni kilomita ambayo iko mbali sana. That means ya kwamba wale askari wanaenda huko ni watu wanatumia pesa zao za bodaboda kwenda kuangalia wahalifu. Ningeomba tu CS kuongea tu wakati tu leo upate tu kutoa sauti moja, tupate gari moja ambayo itapata kuserve Monyo na Gatwenyaga Police Station. Haya. Na hapo pengine tu ni kuongea ya kwamba ati tumesikia ya kwamba ati machifu watapata kuongezewa promotion. Ningesema ni vizuri sana wakapate kupatiwa promotion na askari pia wakapate kuongezewa. The reason ni hivi. My mom yeye amenizaa na amekuwa kwa jela na alienda retire bila hata promotion, kupata hata kazi mimi nikakosa. Kwa hivyo mimi ningesema ya kwamba askari wakapate kupata promotion na chief pia wakapate kupata promotion yao. Haya, kuongea tu kuhusu tu wana youth, ningeongea ya kwamba njia ambayo government itapata kusolve hii shida yote ya kazi ni kutengeneza polytechnic nyingi na malipo ikuwe ni ya njia ya chini. Haya, na njia nyingine tu ni kuongea hivi, youth wakapate kuwa ni watu ambao ni empowered kupitia talenti zao. Tuliona ya kwamba ati President William Ruto akapata kushikilia timu ya taifa Harambee Star zote Gatwenyaga, tunasema 10 bila break. Tunasema William Ruto 10 bila break, kwa kuwa amepata kutuonyesha ya kwamba anapata kushikilia talent. Haya, jambo lingine ni to involve kwa nyumba 10 wakapata kufanya kazi na serikali. Haya, na ya mwisho mimi tu nikimalizia, kuna hii shida ya motorbike. Tunapata kukopeshwa na bei ghali sana. Saa hii ningesema ya kwamba William Ruto, mimi ni mmoja, ni chairman wa bodaboda. Nimekomboa bodaboda kwa miaka 7. Mimi niko na familia yangu, ninalipa kila siku 400. Na sasa hata bei ya kununua ni shida. The reason ni kuwekelea ati pesa ili upate kupatiwa ni giridhate. Kweli kabisa mimi ni hasura, giridhate nitapata wapi ya kuwekelea? Ningeomba PS, mimi niko hapa na mimi ni kijana wako. Haya, nikimalizia ningeongea ya kwamba hivi. Okay, ninaomba PS, mimi sina motorbike.
mwaka. Assistant chief akishika bangi anapelekea chief. Chief naye akiipata anapelekea OCS. Na OCS anapeleka kotini. Ikifika kotini bwana CS, hiyo inaomea hapo. Ukirudi nyumbani mnakutana na huyo mjamaa. Ile ingine, na kama ulikuja na ukasema unataka kutengeneza Kiambu. Kiambu, it is a metropolitan. Iko na watu wengi wale wametoka nchi yote karibu hii ya Kenya yote. Hakuna, in every angle there is somebody ametoka pande hiyo na ile ingine. Sasa nataka kusema nini? Ukitengeneza Kiambu, umetengeneza Kenya. Kwa nini? Kama kuko na shule mingi, kuko na polytechnics, kuko na university, na mnajua vijana wetu wamekuja hapa kukua kwa university. Na wakikua, kuko na shida moja, hii ukienda, mambo ya help, CS. Ikue sasa iendelee na ndio watu waweze kusoma, wasiwe wanarandaranda ati kwa maana walitoka huko. Pande sitaki kutaja majina ya pahali mtu ametoka, niseme ukuwe unatuangalia ndio vijana waweze kuendelea na masomo. Nimeona mwenzangu amenigusa. Sasa alisema akigusa mtu akae nini? Akae chini. Forgive me. Just a minute to CS. Nimesikia nyinyi wote mkisema house, mnasema kuongezwa msahara, mnasema gari. Na hiyo ndio tunatakaga sana kwa maana in every time we call you, we need tunataka respond ya haraka. Lakini CS, kuko na watu wale wanafanya hao wazee na wamama wakae hivyo. Ni wazee wa kijiji, elders. Wamefanya. Nimesikia mwingine akisema mpaka mtu aweza kosa appetite. But still, I'm still young with work with the community because I love that work, because I love my country. When you go back, say hi to our president, William Samuel Ruto, na umwambie tunamtaka wamama waongee na yeye. Pombe Kiambu ikue, hii ya Githogoro, hii ya Nairobi, tuko boda na tuko na bypass. Let us work together as a team and we will win. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Sasa yule alikuwa bodaboda, yule wa kwanza. Wewe ni wa vijana, kuja haraka haraka. Dakika moja. Mimi sitoki hapa.
Usijaribu. Hamjamboni. Kwa majina naitwa Martin Ngugi. Nimekuja kurepresent vijana, youth. Wakati OCS aliingia hivi aliuliza kwa nini vijana ili happen hivyo, ili happen Kiambu. Everyone knows. Mimi sitaki mtumie jina maandamano. Si mnajua maandamano ya madaktari na walimu. Si mnaona venye inakuanga. Msipake hiyo nini rangi, haikuwa maandamano. Hiyo ilikuwa wizi. Myself nilitumia bodaboda nikaenda mpaka Githurai. Na ilikuwa wizi ya ukweli. Kama ulikuwa unapita na gari lazima ungeacha 200 mahali. Mtu mwenye tunaweza blame hapo ni mzazi. Hakuna venye mzazi, maandamano ya kwanza ilifanyika sijui ilikuwanga 77 whatever hiyo ilifanyika. Alafu nasikia mzazi ameenda mahali anajigamba hata kijana wangu alitoka. Mama hapo sema tunaharibiwa na pombe. Usiseme hiyo, wachana na haya, wache kwa hii ingine ni the arm of judiciary. Kindly guys, chief, tuangalilieni hiki kitu itatumaliza. Mambo ya defilement na rape. Mambo ya defilement na rape. Kindly angalieni ama ni ukweli ama ni uongo. Cause siku hizi wasichana wamejua. Msichana ukitaka kupita hapa hizi toka. Si anajua ukimkuza kwa mashtaka anaweza kuandikia. So ni wewe ujue mahali utapita. So guys, hiyo tuangalilie ukweli. Hizo zingine ni ukweli. Hiyo ni ukweli. Hii ingine ni mambo ya free spaces. Free spaces. Kindly kama kuna hii mambo ya climate change. Si kila chief apewe ruhusa akuwe na vijana wenye watapanda miti yenye itapanda kwake. Badala aletewe miti. By so utakuwa umeinteract na hao vijana, utakuwa umeweza kujua ni miti gani inaweza panda huko kwako, kuliko uletewe miti na upande na hujui ni nani, and then nani atakupandia. Wale vijana si ndio wangenunuliwa wapande kwa hiyo area. So asanteni sana na I beg to stop there.
Thank you so much. Sasa nataka kumwalika Eve akiwakilisha religious community.
Thank you so much, our CS, and all protocols observed. My name is Eva Njuguna. I am an ordained minister of the gospel. Unfortunately, I was not told to come in a collar, and we are okay. So I'm here on behalf of a few clergy that are around, and I'm not the best. I know there are others. First, I want to take this opportunity to thank you for such an opportunity that we can sit together, matters security. Those who have talked have mainly dwelt on their welfare, which is good, because I think they don't have another opportunity to speak out their matters. But I also think we have another side of security matters that is not only about welfare. And that is where I will dwell. So number one, I have only two issues. Number one, as a minister of the gospel, we have had issues with thieves stealing in our churches. And we don't know where our society is heading to, because in days past, I think that was an abomination. So today, we don't know what to do because they break and they steal. So we would want that enhanced. Perhaps all the solutions that have been said will contribute to that. For example, wakipewa pikipiki, police officers, wakipewa magari, they'll be more mobile and perhaps they'll be able to patrol, and that will reduce. The other thing that I would want to mention is that we have had very good working relationship with the security agencies. I must say, I come from Roiro. I can see my Mheshimiwa is just right here. I can see our DCC and all the rest. We have had very good working relationships with security agencies, because we deliberately got an opportunity to sit together with the gender officers, because obviously speaking, being a woman, issue. So through a movement that I also work with called Groups Kenya, we brought together all the gender desk officers from all over Kiambu. I think some of us are here. But there's one thing that touched my heart that they requested, and I have not had it said here. But because they said it in that forum, they requested that wherever there are gender desk officers, for them to work, easily, because of the issues that come to them, they requested to be equipped with better facilities, and even be given things like pads, for example, diapers, and other things like those, be supplied to the gender desk officers to make their work easier and better. If you needed to clap, you can clap. Sitakwambia uambie jirani yako, you know, I'm a preacher. But thank you so much. If we have another opportunity, we'll bring up even more issues and solutions.
Thank you so much, Pastor Heath, for that wonderful presentation. I'm requesting Lawrence Karanga. Akuja hapa. Ako wapi? Lawrence Karanga. And then, finally, Karaoke from Bar Owners Association. Dakika moja tafadhali.
All protocols observed, Bwana CS. Hamjambo. Kwa majina ni Lawrence Karanga Mungai, kutoka sehemu ya Kiamba. Ama NACADA Certified Recovery Coach. Na nikisimama mbele yenu na kuja kuomba kama tunaweza kuwa na uwezekano tupate a rehab center in Kiambu. Kisa na maana, kwa ofisi ambayo pia naweza taka kurecognize Bwana CS, my DCC Kiamba akiwa hapa, he's the only DCC I know in the country. Ashatusaidia kutupatia ofisi to operate for free bila kuulizwa. So asante sana, as I appreciate that. We have talked about community-based rehabilitation with NACADA, something that is really helping wale ambao hawana nguvu ya kupeleka wapendo wao in rehabilitation centers. Lakini kwa hiyo makanisa amefungua, na pia nafurahia sana kuona Bishop Mwangi hapa, sababu ndio alifungua kanisa ya kwanza. For us, I was in addiction for very many years, and as I stand before you, I recovered through community-based rehabilitation. So nimekuwa nikipeleka wapendo wetu kutoka Kiamba all the way to Nyeri and Miritini in Mombasa County. So naweza taka kuomba, sababu pia naona my beloved Deputy Governor, kindly, if it is possible, tufungulieni rehabilitation center ambayo ni subsidized hapa Kiambu, na tutaweza kusaidika sana. Because as you also saw, katika NACADA status report, initiation stage inaenda ikiteremka chini. Children of 6 years have started using. Status report pia ikatuambia vizuri sana. 8.5% of the varsity students, they are already supposed to be in rehab centers. So my question is, wakimaliza shule, where will we get those treatments? So kindly, tusaidieni sana na rehabilitation center in Kiambu, na tutashukuru sana. Asanteni.
Thank you so much. Sasa nataka nimwalike Jean Nyambura representing the farmers. Ako wapi?
Our issues because we have borne the brunt of the blame in terms of mambo ya pombe. As much as we have tried to ask our people to drink responsibly, we also have our own challenges which emanate from the element of enforcement. From where I sit, I want to congratulate the chiefs, the assistant chiefs, and the rest of the team for the good work, the cooperation, and the rest. But we have our fair share of challenges with them because they do not know what they intend to enforce. Wakiambiwa enforce, wana enforce kwa bar. What is it that they need to enforce? The country is not short of rows. Kuna several departments. Let's talk of the counterfeit beer. Pombe yenye tunasemanga ni second generation, third generation. There is what we call the anti-counterfeit agency. It is not felt here in Kiambu. Ndipo ukiambia chief ati ashike pombe mbaya na pombe haramu, hajui chenye anashika. Anajipata kwa shida because he's going to enforce in terms of bar. Anajua nikiambiwa nishike, nitashika bar. Rather than go for those illicit, for those counterfeits, and the rest of those products. So I would urge that there be the collaboration between the county and the national government. I believe you know that Section 35 of the County Government Act talks of collaboration. There is the lack of cooperation by the county government. They license, but the national government enforces. So when we have the challenge of what are they enforcing, you find that the county government does not give an ear to the chiefs and the national government officers when it comes to the element of licensing. So I believe because the governor is your good friend, we should try to cooperate and then train our people and our consumers on what needs to be done. So that ukipeana kazi, hawakuji kwetu. The other issue is pertaining to pombe yenye inatoka huku DEFCO. We have a serious challenge because there are those establishments, especially the AP canteen and the prisons department. Kuna pombe yenye inauzwa huku. It comes from DEFCO. It is giving those people an unfair advantage over bar owners. They do not know, we do not know actually why that pombe should be readily available to a civilian, because it must have been meant for a particular segment of our officers. I know you're touching, but I don't have so much of the time to talk the CS. But the other issue that I would wish to touch on does not relate to pombe, but relates to the officers. There is an overlapping ward, I mean not ward, but a location here. It's called Wagudho. Wagudho, the chief's reports to Kiamba, but administratively, it falls under Kiambu sub-county. It has been a challenge because unashikwa na chief anakupeleka Kiamba, badala ya uletwa Kiambu, which is closer here. I think like you'll be best able to address the issue of that overlapping location, because I believe the chief did not address that one. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Kariuki. And now, sir, to represent the farmers, I want to invite Jane Nyambura.
Yeah, thank you. Allow me to anchor myself on the already established protocol. Honorable CS, thank you very, very much for convening this meeting. It's now an afternoon. It's very, very clear from the conversations that we have had this morning that security, welfare, and human rights addressed. My name is Nyambura Magoshi. I head an overview of Del Monte, Kenya. We are in 3 counties. That's Kiambu, Murang'a, and Machakos. And therefore, we work very, very closely with the regional commissioner and the regional commander. And we really, really do appreciate their support. As Del Monte, we support about or over 35,000 families directly and indirectly. And not to mention that Thika Town and Keno would actually not be without Del Monte, Kenya. And therefore, we are part of a greater community. Just to mention our challenges, we actually have one, and I would want him to listen. I'll give you time to, because it's important. Yeah, our biggest challenge as investors is pineapple theft. And we would therefore appreciate your reassurance, security reassurance, and especially for our investment. Ponasies, we urgently need to strengthen collaboration among all stakeholders, and that is security agencies, local leaders, investors, and civil societies. A balanced, humane, and sustainable solution for business and investors. Please convene us, because you're in the best position to convene those stakeholders. We urgently need that, because we honestly need mechanisms for redress. In fact, on Monday, I had a meeting with the regional commander, and the first thing I told him, Bwana Commander, we urgently need to meet the CS. And I now believe in the law of attraction. That was Monday, and I am in front of you, and I'm asking and pleading with you, kindly convene us. We urgently need that. And the last but not the least, I know you're going to Murang'a tomorrow. Allow me to extend my invitation to you to come to Del Monte, if possible, on your way or from Murang'a tomorrow for just 30 minutes so that we can have a conversation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Nyambura. Sir, with your permission, I'm only remaining with the two student leaders, one from Mount Kenya University and the other one from ZTech. Joyce Murugi from ZTech University. Where is she? And then Evans from Mount Kenya University. Please come here. Yule amefika kwanza. You are the Vice President, ZTech.
God is good and all the time. Bwana CS, mimi naitwa Lawrence Kariuki. I'm the chairman wa Bodaboda County ya Kiambu. Si tunasemanga bodaboda ofisi yangu naipenda nitailinda. Hivyo tunasema watu wa Kiambu. Nashukuru sana. Nimesikia mambo mingi sana. Nitaongea vitu vitatu. Vitu vitatu, ya kwanza nitaongelesha kuhusu sub county chairs, kwa sababu system yetu ama vile sisi tunafanya kazi bwana CS ni kuanzia county. Kwa hivyo ni vile tu machief hufanya kazi. Wao wamesema ongezewe mshahara, wapewe promotion, wapewe nyumba. Sisi kama chief wangu wako hapa Mr. Mwaura from Ruiru, akisikia kitu imetokea Kitambaa, akisikia kitu imetokea huko chini, lazima ni call aniulize, Kariuki, nimesikia kuna wakora mahali fulani, utafanya aje? Sasa mimi nichukue simu ni kama sub county chair wa Kiambu, tunaomba CS kwa county mzima utusaidie kupitia kwa ofisi yako venye wanapata token, hata kama ni kadogo. Nikipigwa simu nasikia niko haja kuichukua na pia kukimbia. Kwa hivyo hiyo ni moja ya sub county chairs and the county chairs. Pia kwa ofisi ya county commissioner hapa Kiambu, mimi nafanyia pale Ruiru. Chief wangu Mwaura alinifanyia tu favor, akanipea ile ofisi ya zamani ya mbao, ndio natumianga hapo. Nikiweka ka laptop, nikiweka type kama chini yote inaibiwa. Juu hata hakuna security hapo. Unaona bwana CS, ofisi ya chief haina security. So hata akiweka nini hapo inachukuliwa. So utusaidie hapo tupate at least ka token, at least kutoka kwa sub county chairs. Ya pili ni kuhusu zile barua zinapeanwa na county government ya wine and spirit. In fact, ukienda kwa wine and spirit kaduka kenyewe ati ni ya horse hata giri 5 hakajafikisha bwana CS. Hizo barua zinapeanwa, kusema ukweli si nzuri. Wanapeana, mtu wangu wa bodaboda akiingia anatoa rock, akifanya accident Kariuki. Mwisho kabisa ni kuhusu streets, vijana wa street. Wale vijana bwana CS, Kiambu mzima nimesunguka, kila stage, kila town kuna vijana ambao hawasomi. Hao vijana sisi tunawasaidia kuwapea 10. Ukimpea 10, kuna vitu wanatumianga. sijui ni nini, kanaweka kwa karatasi, kwa kakitambaa. Hawa vijana mwisho wakiwa wakubwa wanakuwa wakora, unapiga watu geta. So machiefs, OCS, OCPD, tafadhali tusaidieni hawa watu. Asanteni sana.
Thank you so much. And now I'm requesting Joyce Murigi from CITEC. You are scorers. Please, 1 minute.
Thank you. Bona CS and all protocols. My name is Joyce Murugi, Vice President, Zitech University. I am here representing the Student Association, and we have 3 requests. The first request is have security around campuses. For example, security of students. Thank you. And the drug issue around the campuses, our students and the comrade, kuna shida ya drugs. Thank you.
How one is scorers? 1 minute is enough. Evans.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Allow me ride on the already established protocol and introduce myself. I'm Evans Kiprono Korir, the current president Mount Kenya University, Thika, main campus. It's a privilege being here today to address also this congregation that we are having. And us standing here today, we have the student leaders who are seated here. A minute, please, let them stand in where they are. Student leaders, please. A clap for them. So here we have a representation of around 8 universities, that is Kretsa University, Mama Ngina University, Jaikwat University, CITEC University, Pure, St. Paul's, Kapete Polytechnic, Mount Kenya, and we are requesting CS that after this we can also have a photo session with you, because one day, one time, we'll be where you are in some years to come. Majority of the things have been mentioned, Your Excellency, but allow me deep in, because we are the consumers of the same. I'm coming from Thika, and I know Assistant County Commissioner from Thika is here, that is Milton Tosia, who has been actually working closely with us, and have realized what we are facing in Thika constituency, the drug abuse, which is actually affecting majority of our students in universities. We know the drug dealers, we know the people who are really working on it day in, day out. We know the locations and the stations where the students are actually spending their nights from Monday to Friday and even the weekends. And we have been reporting all these cases. Since then, we joined in 2020, that is when I joined. And we have been witnessing all these things. The same thing that have been raised here, that we report to the chief, we report to the security, we have taken, we take the culprits to court, and then on the following day, they are being released. So for us, we find it is also part of the insecurity. And for us, the student leadership in Kiambu County, we carry the largest number of the students. That when we have the Jukwaa Usalama, the one that we have mentioned, it will also assist us, because the largest population in Kiambu County is the students in universities and the colleges. Thika constituency alone, we are having 15 institutions, which carries more than 60,000 students. On the issue of institutional safety awareness, we propose, as the universities and colleges are joined in the University Security and Safety Week on September, so that we can have those awareness where we create linkages between the chiefs, the security personnel, and our students, so that we can talk one-on-one with them. Our students at some point, when they see the uniform, they fear a lot, because they feel maybe the next thing is them to be in the court or maybe in the police stations. So we want to establish these sensitization programs together with your office. For us, we have the venues, we have the students, we have the mobilization skills. What we are only requesting from you is the funds, so that you can support our budget. We are also requesting for number 2, the mental health awareness campaigns in between the universities. And we are aware that the CEO for NACADA is here with us today. And we are requesting also, together with partnership with your offices, we facilitate the mental health awareness
in the university and in the colleges so that it can assist us to push for also other programs. As you have gathered this congregation today here, we are also requesting with your office to have a meeting with the student leaders once we have started the semester on September so that we can dig deeper and engage with the student leaders so that we can also get from their point of view because we are the largest majority facing this drug, substance abuse, and also insecurity concerns. One thing, that is the last one, is on the housing, and I've heard majority of us here have mentioned. I will use my example, the place that we are coming from. It is much expensive. You will find a place, a single room costing around 6,000. Even them, I know they are coming from different places. So we are requesting as the student fraternity that let there be policies that also guides on the rents, that guides also on the hostel so that it can be at a subsidized rate and it will assist us to run our university activities and also our academic performances. Thank you so much for having us here and have a blessed day. Be blessed.
Thank you so much, Joyce and Evans, for representing very well your members. And now, CS and colleagues, it is my honor and pleasure to invite our CS to respond to the issues that you have raised. Welcome, sir.
Pigia makofi, Commissioner. Thank you very much. Ile maongezi mmefanya mmefanya vizuri sana. Mmekuwa watu ambao mmefungua roho zenu. Na of course hatutamaliza yote siku ya leo. This is just but the beginning. Let me start by saying we started this forum so that we can interact. And you can see as much as possible, I was more generous with the chiefs, assistant chiefs and OCSs and the members of public because nikitaka kuonana